we have 3 portions of our service where there are announcement slides, which are nice to have up for varying reasons throughout the service. For example, at the end of the service, the pastor will go through, thank those people who are serving. Again, the backgrounds created by Brittany, but you could create your own backgrounds in order to do this. If it's your first time here, they tell you what to do from there, go for refreshments, and then this is usually on the screen at the end, although you could put other messages in a rotating fashion at the end of the service if you wanted that to play through, kind of like a movie marquee, and I'll show you how to do that actually. It's kind of what we do at the beginning of our service. So before the service starts, as the people are entering the church, these screens will scroll through. So we have our theme slides, how you can share your information with us, how you can continue to get information from us even after you leave, etc. So these will kind of play through similar to when you go into a movie and there are screens that are playing. There is a timer up here. Notice that there's a timer in each section. So there's this one here in the welcome section, but there's also a separate timer in the church countdown section. So if I were to apply this timer, it's going to be to everything in this welcome section, not to anything that would come past that. All I need to do is click the timer and pick how long I want each one to stay up. Here, when there's a lot of information, we usually say about 8 seconds is enough time to read what is on the screen. You can stay connected. If there's a piece of information there to follow, you can do that. And then at the end of the 8 seconds, it should go to the next one, but I think because I hadn't turned the page yet, it didn't do that. So I'm just going to wait long enough to show that, yes, it will cycle through at the end of the 8 seconds. It goes on to the next slide. Notice that there is an arrow at the end of this last one. So where this has gotten me a couple times is this. If this slide, we were to say, got moved over here because we found that to be like a more interesting or a better place to put it, it would go right here. And at the end of the 8 seconds, it will actually skip over this last slide and it moves back to the beginning. It had missed this one because this is where it looped from. And you noticed that when it was on this slide, it went its 8 seconds and then moved on to the next one. It did not circle back to the beginning. So you need to be careful. If you did do that, all you would have to do is just go up here, reestablish the timer, and all would be fine. The other problem we've noticed is that if you disable this last slide and you go here, it goes the 8 seconds and it counts, but then it goes on to the next one. It doesn't move back to the beginning. So it's important to make sure that whatever slide you want to circle from is the very last one, and that one is also enabled then. The other place we do use that cycle through, actually it's probably faster to go down here, is in the offering. We set a 10-second timer there so that these slides will also cycle through as the pastor speaks about the offering and things that need to be done at that time. So hopefully that helps. If you find anything that you need to put up in a rotating fashion, that timer feature is really useful for helping to do that.